Hello, everyone. Welcome to Oceans of Hope. I'm so glad that you're joining us today. Our topic is, what's your kryptonite? As a little girl, one of the stories I always enjoyed was that of Superman, the man of steel from Krypton. Born a Kryptonian, he traveled to live on Earth after his home was destroyed and carried the human persona of Clark Kent while saving humans from dangers and destruction with his superpowers. After the destruction of Krypton, there were radioactive remains known as kryptonite. Now, kryptonite is a beautiful looking crystal-like substance which weakened and brought down the otherwise strong, noble, confident, and indestructible man of steel. Legend has it, kryptonite came in many different forms and each affected the Superman in different ways. While one type totally stripped him of his powers, making him human, another had the ability to make him exhibit animalistic powers, and yet another caused him to move from reticent to reckless. There was even the periwinkle kryptonite, which caused the otherwise shy guy to become beside himself as a dance and romance guru. Kryptonite was the source of Superman's weakness and caused his defeat by giving his opponents the upper hand. Today I'm discussing 2 points I am hoping will help you reflect on, face, and finally begin to deal with your kryptonite if you have not begun to do so already. Point number 1, doorway to darkness. We too can be like Superman. While humans in every way, some of us operate with a level of steel and invincibility, which indicates we believe certain rules do not apply to us. Forgetting our humanness and sometimes even pretending we do not have certain issues, we neglect key areas of our lives which, if not brought under control, managed and ultimately dealt with, will remain our kryptonite, our source of weakness, and ultimately the source of our demise. Our kryptonite can be anything. It can be that thing, person, attitude, that proclivity or Achilles heel, and that doorway to darkness where it induces our weakness and many times reduces us to our base nature. We do things which shock both us and those who know and believe in us. We concoct stories, manipulate, we have to duck and hide and tell lies, being someone different to the image we portray, causing broken hearts and relationships, shipwrecking our own life and that of others. We have to say sorry, go to court, some of us to prison, we lose a good name, a marriage, good friends, and more. Point number 2, false confidence. One of the things about kryptonite and Superman is that it worked against him. He would stand up for a time, but it eventually weakened and overcame him. Many of us are on the slippery slope of false confidence. Our kryptonite appeals to our desire for things and opportunity, and most times with little or no work through the wrong channels. It also appeals to our weakness for sweetness, and so we push the line and cross our boundaries. We say, "This is a small thing, man," or "Nah, me. I know myself. I got this," when in fact the opposite is true and the thing has us. We are overtaken and it is only time before we are exposed, embarrassed, or hurt. These are the things money and connections cannot stop. They may slow it down for a while, but my friends, Numbers 32:23 lets us know that our wrongs will surely, our sins will surely find us out. Is your kryptonite money? Is it power and influence? Is it sex? Is it that old flame who abused you in more ways than you care to describe, but is now calling and messaging again? And even though you healed and moved on, you are feeling the feelings and plan to say yes again, hoping they have changed? Is it that co-worker who you must see and talk to before your day goes right, even though you are in a relationship or marriage? Is it that person whose opinion means more than your spouse because they understand you? Is your kryptonite the dark web, the place you go with the incognito windows? Is it looking good before others, and so you do whatever it takes to maintain a reputation? Is your kryptonite your mouth? Is it uncontrolled anger, drugs, jealousy, or alcohol? My friend, what weakens you today? What strips you of your fortitude and your dignity? What makes you, as in Proverbs 26:11, like a dog going back to its vomit? What causes you to lie to your children and be ashamed after? What changes you from a champion to a castaway, from a hero to a zero? Let us not fool ourselves into thinking that certain things can only happen to certain people. None of us are exempt. Let us be wise and do not harden our hearts and stay set in our way, thinking that we can cover our tracks forever. Proverbs 22:3 teaches, the wise man sees danger and he avoids it, but a simpleton keeps going and is punished. So to continue is to be foolish. I want to encourage you today, set and keep boundaries. Know your kryptonite, be honest about it, and avoid it. If you grew up always hearing yes to your desires and requests, that is quite unfortunate. Unlearn that and learn to say no to yourself before you destroy yourself and bring shame to your family and others. Set up accountability relationships and stick with them. Tell your story to a trusted friend, because only an enemy leaves you to self-destruct. Develop self-control, for the person who cannot control themselves is like a city without walls. No, it is not okay. You are not okay. 1 Corinthians 6:12 beautifully teaches, you say, I am allowed to do anything, but not everything is good for you. I must not become a slave to anything. Many of us are slaves, and it has nothing to do with physical chains. You are better than that, my friend. And so until next time, let us reflect and do some deep introspection to be and to do what blesses and benefits. I'm working on this for me. What about you? Would you join me? We can win this thing together. God bless you.